Well, hello there. How's it going? Yeah, pardon my voice not being so good right now. I'm actually a little sick and I'm sucking on a throat lozenge. But I'm gonna do my best to cast this here game. And let me fire it up actually. I'm loading up a replay at the moment. But before we get into that, I'm gonna swap us over into my face. Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Pyrotechnics, and I am attempting to do another cast of a game. I got this one off Casted as per usual. This is a Masters game, so super excited. I'm a little bit sick, sucking on a lozenge, but that's okay because I got my dinner back there cooking. It's all gonna be hot and good. I got an ass ton of Robitussin, so good things will happen there. And let's see, the game should be starting. What's going on with that? I guess I gotta hop out of the other replay. Sorry about this. Okay. And I'm gonna be running it one more time. Okay. Boom. Alright, awesome. Cool. Getting in, and here we are. This is Masters game on Belchiel Vestige against NVRLand, and winner. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. Here we go. And in the bottom right-hand corner, who I just introduced a minute ago, the red Protoss, NVRLand. And all the way up in the top left corner, the blue Zerg, winner. Okay, and good manners all around. I love me some good manners. Excellent. I don't think I have sound in this game, so really sorry about that. I'm going to pause it really quickly, and I have sound, but I can't hear it. I'm going to crank it up one. Just one. Oh my goodness. How do I... Oh my goodness, it's coming out the other pipe. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. Promise. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better, and you probably could hear that the whole time, even though I couldn't. Yeah, really sorry about that. I have been so out of it, but let me actually get into casting this game properly. We see NVRLand, the Protoss, going for a proxy pylon at his natural expansion while his probe scouts ahead. Remember, Belchiel only has 2 viable spots as a 1v1 map, albeit a very large one, and we see over in the production tab, not much going on actually, but I'm gonna, there we go, get into that. So, as we can see, the Zerg is slightly ahead in production. Of course, the Protoss player has, in fact, been chrono boosting out probes for a short time now. And NVRLand is sitting there with his proxy pylon. Probably, I would want to hazard a guess to say this will either be part of a wall-off strategy that he's going to be employing. But you never know. Maybe he just wants a little bit of forward vision. That Overlord is slowly but surely working its way over to the base of NVRLand, and meanwhile NVRLand's probe is scouting out the natural, seeing that there is in fact no hatch first opening going on. A spawning pool going down at 15 supply for winter, so a bit of a slightly late spawning pool, shall we say? On this kind of map, too, on Belchiel Vestige, you'd think you'd see a little bit of a longer, yeah, again, a delayed expansion. Maybe not so much, but definitely more of a later focused macro game. Here comes the Forge and a Nexus expanding very quickly for the Protoss player while he is on 17 supply. And we see, well, the Zerg player is also expanding on 15 supply, though, while that spawning pool is in fact up, and we see in production just a queen. Okay, one gateway going down over for the Protoss player as well, and there it goes. So this wall-off is getting up to a really nice, solid start. Another pylon goes down. Very narrow opening being left there for NVRLand, and looks like this Overlord probably saw it and turned around, knows exactly what's going on. Photon cannon being built in the back in case of any Zerg rushiness that might be happening, but it looks like there's very little of that, if anything, going on Winter's side of the field. He is rallying his troops all the way over to his natural to defend any Protoss rushes. Perhaps, you know, Zealot and Immortal all in coming out. If we see a Robo Bay, that's probably what he's prepping for. Meanwhile, the Nexus and the other hatchery are almost completed, so both players are macroing pretty intensively right now. Although the Zerg player is a little bit behind because he should be, well, I guess it's just a build choice thing, but he should really be up ahead. This probe of NVRLand's is probably going to be able to... Oh, he actually went down right there. Okay. I stand entirely corrected. While the Cyber Core is going down, almost completing this wall off, and we'll probably see a couple of Zealots popping out right here. Yes, in fact, that is what we see. So take a look at the unit count right now. We've got 2 Queens for the Zerg player, so he is doing his Larva Injects perfectly. He has got a seriously solid worker count, even though it's a lot lower than the Protoss is at the moment. So chrono boosting those probes is really paying off right now for NVRLand. Meanwhile, he's sitting with 2 gases, not a third taken yet, only 1 gateway, so a Zealot is popped out right now, ready to defend this. Very standard macro play for both these players. Almost no units, no offensive units out on the field. I mean, a couple of scouting Zerglings, and then they go. They see exactly what's going on over there. Did I lose sound again? I feel like I lost sound again. Oh, music. I love having the music. Sorry, I'm such a derp about that. Another pylon goes down for NVRLand, just to give himself a little bit extra supply since he's starting to get a little close to low. Winter is actually also low himself, and he takes a double gas on his expansion, which tells me right now that he is probably going to try and tech for Mutalisk as soon as possible. Meanwhile, we see that he has gotten his lair tech up and out, and this probe is probably going to go straight for the infestation pit, so he's going to be using heavy gas there. What will he go for? Will it be swarm hosts to try and knock out this wall? Will it be investor tech? Something interesting for sure is going to happen. Meanwhile, a couple of stalkers coming out for the Protoss player to scout around the map and see what they can see. Mothership Core is, in fact, already out on the field, and I completely missed it, of course, because I never see those things being built. Stealthy motherfuckers. Yeah, they are. Okay, creep spread going down a little bit more for Winter, but he's probably not even going to need it too heavily right now. Meanwhile, these stalkers are coming up, and that queen, well, stalker and zealot anyways, and that queen is going to see it almost immediately, know exactly what's coming, nothing else except for the mothership cores en route, and the queen is going to be able to do a serious amount of damage, but if she's not careful, she could have gone down to both that stalker and zealot. A little bit of micro action, nothing much, nothing too serious, but now Winter knows he's a bit on notice, and those 2 queens, while they can be good at defending, 3 queens, by the way, but here comes a Nidus network. Well, this will be interesting. Very few offensive units for the Zerg player out on the field, playing a very macro-intensive game. And, of course, here come the Swarm Hosts. He is planning on Nidus networking them all the way into either the base of NVRLand or his natural main, and doing some serious damage. Maybe he will pop them out of the Nidus network in about here or here at the mineral line, and then what he'll do, and here it goes. He's actually going to send them right onto the front lines. But meanwhile, what I completely missed is that mothership core had done some serious damage to the, well, slowing down the mineral production. That is some serious economic damage right there to the Zerg player. But here comes the Nidus Worm, and we see the Swarm Host and a couple of Zerglings inbound, and even the Queens are out there too. My goodness. What is going to happen on NVRLand's side of the field? He does warp in a couple of Stalkers to try to deal with these Queens, and of course, the Swarm Hosts continue to produce all of those Locusts, and they don't do a whole ton of damage, and the Queens are going to retreat for the moment, but we see a Spore Crawler. Interesting choice. Perhaps a misclick, since there are no air units out on the field at this time. Enduring Locust upgrade going down in the meantime, and we see, okay. Oh, the Spore was for the detector. Okay. Something like that. Another Queen comes out of the Nidus network, and in the meantime, this Stalker and this Zealot are doing absolutely nothing because they can't get anywhere near this onslaught, but this is a very, very good use of a Nidus network. A lot of pylons and photon cannons going down, but they are going to have to be canceled. Otherwise, NVRLand is going to lose all of his units. He starts building up a lot more gateways. He does have, in fact, a Dark Shrine to be able to produce Dark Templar, but that Spore Crawler, which I completely misinterpreted the meaning of, is able to detect them in case they decide to do any serious damage. And here come more Swarm Hosts, completely on the offensive. Even though those Dark Templar are doing a serious amount of damage to the lair, it is almost becoming a base race right now. And that Nidus network, if it gets taken out while any units are in it, of course, everything is going to die. But it looks like all of the drones on NVRLand's side of the field have been transported across the map. And this is turning into an absolute base race right now. And even with those upgrades, well, just the Enduring Locust upgrades. Very interesting use of Swarm Host, by the way. I like this from Winter. But, unfortunately, he is not paying that much attention to his own base, and he is going to lose, well, pretty much everything. I mean, these two Dark Templar are doing so much damage, and even with all of these units, Winner needs to be building something, hiding it across the map, putting a Spore and a couple of Spines down so that he doesn't lose it to those couple of Dark Templar. And in the meantime, well, all of those Locusts are doing a serious amount of good damage, but still, even so, Winner is not paying attention to his home base, and he is losing so much of economic advantage. If he had just been able to hang on to that, this onslaught would have been so much better, but there are almost no buildings left on the field, and Winner is going to go down if he's not careful. Oh, he's starting to lose all of his units, and he's still not retreating with them. None of these drones are building a damn thing. It is unfortunate, but he's going to lose this game despite this awesome attack if, in fact, all of these base units go down, and it looks like they will. Infestation Pit gets completely canceled out. Well, what else is left on the Zerg side of the field? Creep Tumors, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? A Nidus Swarm and a Spore Crawler still out in the field. So, Winner doesn't even care, but he's using his drones purely to protect that. And, I mean, even though he does look like he's in a really good position right now, there is nothing, there's absolutely nothing that the Protest player can do, that the Zerg player can do, to really rebound if he loses all these units. And it looks like those Zealots are going to be able to do so much damage, as well as these Dark Templar and these Stalkers. And that is one of the last buildings left on the field. If he loses this Spore Crawler, Winner is out. He is done. And is it going to happen? We'll have to see. Oh, very guarded, and the Swarm and a couple of the Queens come back, as well as these Swarm hosts are still out in the field. There is still almost nothing out on the field for NVRLand, but he still is able to mine from his base, which is something that the Zerg player does not have. It is becoming a full-on standoff with these 8 Swarm hosts right now, these 6 or 7 Queens, 1 Detector, 1 Overseer, and those drones are just chilling, covering up the Spore Crawler. Ugh. And this is just the most unorthodox of base races right now. Them Queens, man. Look at them Queens go. So I still don't really have any idea who's going to win this game, but Winner is really hanging on by a thread here. Yes, he has a superior unit count, and he's able to build these buildings all over the map just to keep himself alive. But the Protest player is warping in all of these units as soon as he can, and this is a big enough force to be able to take out the rest of those drones. If the Swarm host cannot produce enough Locusts in time, they are done. It looks like it's going to be all over for Winner. Oh, and I forgot he actually still has this extractor here, so my anticlimactic ending was right there. But not knowing this pylon is here, yep, Winner goes down, even though he had the numbers for it. That was an exciting game, though. Very on the edge of my pants, if you know what I mean, and I'm going to head right back to my face because, you know, I like to make this personal. Well, that was a great game, though. Seriously, Winner NVRLand. I haven't casted that many Masters matches, but it was phenomenal. Sorry again that very sick right now. Yeah, don't get on a plane with babies. It makes you sick. Who knew? But I hope you had fun watching, and if you liked that, and there's more where that came from, always just follow me on YouTube at Mr. Pyrotechnics. You'll see it in the overlay. I have my Twitch channel at Pyrotechnics, twitch.tv/Pyrotechnics. Of course, I respond to any and all requests on Cast It when I have the time, of course. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Anything I missed, any feedback, any room for improvement, there always is. Just let me know. But for now, to Winner and to NVRLand, I'm saying, till next time, this is Pyrotechnics. Out.